Absent Mari Vinales' all-time lap record on that.
This is the sector, though, isn't it, Matt, where he's going to move through the third sector now. And
8/10 of a second quicker than his teammate Jack Miller, who has just closed.
Rins in the third sector, and it is Quartararo down in the third sector, so he's down to the top. Fabio Quartararo in 11th, not really a representative.
To crew chief Santi Hernandez there on the headset, of course. Santi Hernandez has got to find pretty much half a second to get anywhere near Mir.
Punching on that first ring, given he's only got one bike at his disposal. To pick up time, Ralph Fernandez also picking up time.
Coming through 15, where Fab Zarco, they're blitzing hot laps here as well in these. And Ralph Fernandez, and he's going to be the first one. Some big threat soon.
Sector 3 again, though. And that back straight, he does go into third place. Look at the pipe moving.
0.977.
First sector, he's a quarter of a second down, halfway around, so not sure.
He's got Morbidelli and Mir just ahead of him.
Out. Moreira over the line then in the end doesn't improve. I think
he's already catching the eyes and gaining big plaudits. And doesn't he? Almost a quarter of a second clear of Mir at the end of the second firming out again, but he was not sleeping at any stage, was he? In that, knock him out of that top two. That's exactly how.
16. Miller, Frankie Morbidelli will start 20th for the group.
Fast and looks like the big favourite laps of tomorrow's encounter.
Earlier on today, we'll find out in this Q2 session.
Just like last week, Marco Bezzecchi, the World Championship leader, having
to tackle, concentration and focus, push to the absolute.
Teammate Marc Marquez right behind him. He was going side by side.
He's doing the front running here in this Q2 session. Got some pretty decent track position here, as getting a good look at both.
Master.
Here was Iagura and Marco Bezzecchi, who both hang out the traps here in Austin. A no all-time lap record from your 2020.
On a 2.008, Marc Marquez is some 6/10 on Bastianini and got turn 12 all wrong, so that's also...
Bags out in sector 3.
I think it might have been a Bastianini.
That would be some story and a half, wouldn't it, for Joan Mir? Car, wouldn't it? Joan Mir, who has had to come through Q1. Look.
Mighty special to be a quarter of a second clear.
Awesome, absolutely incredible.
He just squeaked through Q1 by a couple of hundredths of a second. A bit annoyed, I think, with some of the traffic up ahead of him.
Austin, I remember that time when he was on pole position after his, which would be some bonus this by Aldeguer. If anyway,
suffice to say, that would be short.
We don't really need a third crash. Led by, of course, our former colleague Simon Crafart. They're going to be having a
Marc Marquez, and now Pecco Bagnaia on the second factory Ducati.
Marquez and Bagnaia, as far as concerned, he's still on that front row in second place. Marc Marquez at the moment on the back, on the front of what would be the fourth, would be undoubtedly one of the big shocks of 2026. He's a quarter of a second up right now on course of back-to-back.
This comes crucial momentum through turn 12.
What about in Thailand? The stewards are going to have a look at his incident earlier on in the 3 at the end of this lap, if not better. Up to second, Bezzecchi is in P1. The Gian Antonio. No pole in the space of Mark. That is over half a second slow. Incredible job that by.
At the bottom of your screen, because Bagnaia caught all that traffic after go.
Tense, nearly 9/10 slower than anything he managed. Now remaining then for the number 63. So close for Bagnaia.